Hola, hola, amigos. Good morning. How are you? It is 9:05. When I came to my computer, it was off. I'm like, I need to go live like right now. Well, thank you for waiting for me. For all of you who don't know me yet, my name is Anna Yavorsky. I am the creator of Spanish Playdates, the program designed for early language learners. I help families and teachers to transfer the language to little ones, especially those early ages when they are between 19 months, like 18 months old, 2 years, up to 6 years old. I have an expertise in teaching the language to little ones because for me, that's the best age of all when you can transfer uh, a lot easier. Okay, so now that we have that under our belt, I wanted to talk to you about how to share the language with little ones through books, through reading, through the interaction of magic books. So today, Monday, I'm calling it fairy book, fairy book. Let me see how I was calling it. Fairy reading. And I don't even remember. Book Fairy Mondays. See? Book Fairy Mondays. Why? Because reading to your children, it's a magical time where you can transfer the language with specific pictures, with specific stories. Now, I want to focus today only um, for those mommies who are native speakers. So if you are from a Hispanic country, you speak already the language, and you are using the language with your children at home, these tips are for you. Okay, this is only for you. Next couple of Mondays, we're going to be talking about the other non-speakers, the which is non-native speakers, and then the other ones who are fluent and non-native. So every Monday is going to be a different topic. But today we're going to focus on those mommies who speak the language and how they can use books or on this mission that transfers the language to little ones. So if you have toddlers, for example, if you have probably toddlers who are ready to start reading and going through books, um, they are about 18 months old, 2 years old, depending on your child. Some little ones like to sit down and listen to mommy when they are very young. Other ones are not interested. But once you realize that your child is interested in books, now you sit with them. For the little learners, for the little ones, you try to be, um, try to have a collection of these hardcovers books. And of course, you might find the ones that are only in English, and there are others who are English and Spanish, and there are others that are only in Spanish. Now, when I had my first child, it was about 12 years ago. I didn't have a lot of a big collection of books for babies and for little ones. So what I did is I used to buy the hardcover books, and then I would translate them myself, and I would write the Spanish version in the bottom so I could read them to her. Now, I decided to write down that because the repetition of the same sentences, the same words, and the same commands, and the same questions were going to be sinking in her little brain. So that's what I wrote it down. Now, when you have a book which is already bilingual, you already have the wordings there, then you don't have to worry about it. You just have to start reading. Now, what is a technique that you should use, like when you are you know, reading English? What is a nice technique that you have to use? The pitch of your voice. Always try to use like a high pitch when there is something exciting, when there is something, that can get the attention from your child. Now, when they are little, you have to use a lot of motion in your faces. You have to use a lot of motion with your hands. For example, this book that says Buenas noches talks about the moon or things that are going to go sleep. So you can start using signing, for example. This one shows, let me see, you can see that. This specific book is mm, very simple, and then you can just read Buenas noches, Luna, and the book gives you the option of going to sleep. So only with this page, which is a lot, let me move this, which is very simple, and it only says Buenas noches, Luna. You are transferring the information, not just that it's going to sleep. So Buenas noches, you can say Buenas noches, and then you mimic that it's going to bed, exactly how you tell your child that it's going to go to bed. Buenas noches, Luna. Cierra los ojos. Cierra los ojos. Excuse me. If your child is just learning new things in Spanish, even though you are a native speaker, you have to tell more about that part of the story. For example, la luna está durmiendo, va a dormir. Cierra los ojos. Or tú cierra los ojos. You can ask your child to mimic la luna. Tú, cierra los ojos. Mami, cierra los ojos. Tú, cierra los ojos. So that's one of the things that you can do. Now, if you're a native speaker and you speak the language, it's better for you not to change the language of your child or just go directly with everything in Spanish. Just keep reading in Spanish. Buenas noches, estrella. Dice una, dos, tres, cuatro estrellas. It is a good chance for you, or a good thing for you to start counting with them, even if they are little. You already have estrellas here, so you start counting uno, dos, tres, cuatro, and you point. That way, that your child is starting to recognize the counting. Buenas noches, estrella. Le tiene los ojos abiertos y aquí cierra los ojos, cierra los ojos. You see? The same thing happens with the book, with the tree. With the tree here, what can you do with your child? What can you ask other than cierra los ojos, abre los ojos, cierra, abre? You can talk about the leaves, you can talk about the tree, the branches, las hojas, el tronco, la rama, you see? So you can expand the vocabulary. If your child is touching, maybe your child is able to speak, maybe around 19 months old or 2 years old, they are repeating like little parrots. You can ask them, el árbol, se repite el árbol está grande, el árbol está durmiendo, las hojas, uno, dos. You can grab your little child's hand and start pointing with your hands, uno, dos. See? Buenas noches, Ardilla. So one of the good things about these books that are repetitive is that you can introduce the vocabulary, but it's attached to buenas noches in this case, attached to buenas noches. So it's very repetitive with the same concept around the book, but then the book starts adding new vocabulary. So what is the main idea here? That you can read completely in Spanish, right? Because you are fluent. Then number two, you can explain more. If it's only showing you el sol y la luna, you can talk about el sol es amarillo, el sol es grande, el sol está despierto, el sol va a dormir. Las casas, for example, in this picture is very simple. Las casas, ¿cuántas casas? Uno, dos, tres casas. Los vecinos, so you can start talking about los vecinos, como, no sé, fulanito, sultanita que viven around your house, like somebody who lives around. So those are vecinos. And then you can start talking about los vecinos, and their names, so they start attaching those words to their environment. So those are the tips and strategies that you can use to transfer your language if you are a native speaker. Speak completely, fully in Spanish. Explain things in Spanish. Ask questions and ask your child to repeat, depending on their age. If they are very, very little, then you are asking them to repeat little. You speak the full sentence, but your child might repeat one or two words. If they are a little bit longer, you ask them to repeat, little sentences, 2 or 3 word sentences. So, el sol es grande. Ahora tú repite, el sol es grande. Sí, la luna está durmiendo. La luna está durmiendo. If you ask them to paraphrase what you are reading, that is a good technique for for they to reinforce what they are looking and what they are at least hearing, and it's sinking in the little brain. So repeat, ask the question, and read it out loud again and again until your child has memorized. Then you will see maybe after a week, they will just get the book and they start just going and they start pointing and repeating what you have been working with them. Okay, so I hope that is helpful today for our Fair Mondays, Book Fair Mondays. Use books, and if you know the language, read them completely in Spanish. Tomorrow I will see you 9:45, and we're gonna be talking about Teachable Tuesday. So tomorrow I'm gonna share a material that you can teach to your child directly at home, or you can share it in your classroom as well if you're a teacher. Okay? Well, that's it. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. If you are watching this, can you type below hashtag hola so I know you came and I can say you hola back later. I know it's early for a lot of people, but you can catch the replay later. Talk to you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Adios. Bye bye.